Hello everyone, my name is Katie. I am the Introverted Reader and welcome to your weekly episode of Trope Talk. This is the new series that I created on my channel where we basically take out a trope out of this cup and we basically just sit and discuss it, you know? Sometimes it's one that we don't mind, sometimes it's one that we really don't like. Last week's episode was about love triangles, and I have to say that went down really well. I had a lot to say in that episode, so I'll try and leave that link down below for you if you want to watch it. And just apologies again, if I don't see myself, I'm not feeling awful well. But yes, we're gonna shake Jack about a little bit, and we're gonna rummage around in here, lift out a trope. We've got one right here, so thank you, Jack. Thank you so much. Right, so what have we got this week? Jealousy and possessiveness being made romantic. Ooh. Or like, I suppose like the jealousy being made to be like cute or whatever. Yeah, I think first and foremost, we can all agree that that is all kinds of problematic. Like, that's not okay. So it basically just means if you're reading a book and your main character has their love interest, as they always do, and something happens, or like the other or like say the female character is like having just a normal conversation about something with another male character that just happens to be in the room, and the love interest or whatever, the main male lead, starts getting all jealous and possessive, and everybody's just like, oh, that's just how he is, or like, isn't he cute, he's so jealous. And it's like, no. No. A great example actually of this is Sarah J Maas's books. Now, I have read quite a lot of Sarah J Maas's books in my time. I read the Throne of Glass series, I've read the ACOTAR trilogy, which I will admit I did enjoy at the time. It has its issues, but I did enjoy it at the time. And as well, Crescent City. So I've basically read pretty much nearly all of Sarah J Maas's books in my time, and a lot of her main male love interests do tend to get a wee bit jealous. They do tend to have the clenched jaw every now and then. Like, I remember reading one of the, I think it was, what was that book? I think it was Empire of Storms. That's not the last book in the Throne of Glass series, but I think it's like the next to last one. Anyway, I remember reading a scene and they were having a conversation about the battle that they were about to take part in or something. They were talking about the main plot, and the female lead was talking to another one of the male characters, and her love interest just felt the need to stand there stewing, like, oh, why is she talking to another male? Like, I don't like it when she talks to other males. And it's like, sweetie, calm down. They're just having a conversation. Like, it's one thing for him to even think that, but then a lot of times our main female lead would just turn around and be all like, oh, that aggressive fey male, like, what are they like? Like, aren't they cute? Like, ha! And I was like, no, it's not cute. It is so problematic and it's so toxic. It's so toxic. Like, what wouldn't I give? Like what wouldn't I give for like a female lead once in a while to just tell her male love interest where to go sometimes, or just love interests in general. They don't have to be male and female, you know, like if I was reading a romance between two guys or a romance between two girls and one of them was deciding to get a little bit possessive and jealous, I would definitely want the other half to be all like, babe, get it together, you know what I mean? Because it's just so toxic. And it's just like, it kind of roots back to the fact that I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it, like, when couples are petty with each other. Like, I cannot tell you the amount of friends I've had over the years that have had jealous significant others, or would have significant others feeling some kind of way that like, if it was a girl, that she maybe had a guy friend, or if it was a girl and her boyfriend's best friend happened to be a girl. Like, I cannot stand that. It's not just in books, like in movies, in TV shows, and it's just like, okay, first of all, even if the other person had a thing for your significant other, does that mean that they get your significant other? No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that at all. And I really, really think that this is definitely a trope that needs to like just be gone, especially within young adult books, because I am a fully grown 28-year-old woman and I recognize toxicity when I see it. But if a young person is reading this and watching the male significant other be all jealous and have it be considered sexy, then we've got a problem. You know what I mean? Then we've got a real problem, because then this young, impressionable young person is seeing this and thinking that having this sort of relationship is healthy or that it's okay. And it's like, no, my love, no, it's not. And the amount of times I have just wanted to reach through books that I've reading and strangle the main protagonist and be like, can you not see that what's happening here is just wrong? And the main reason why I love PC Cast's books so much, 3 of them are up there. I had some more of them here, but I've rearranged my shelf. But one thing I love about her books is that her female main characters just don't have the time or day for anybody being jealous, for anybody being possessive. And one thing I loved about her Goddess of Partholon series, and that series up there, it's the Tales of a New World series, is that any single time one of the guys, or anybody for that matter, decides to be jealous or possessive or anything like that, they're called out on it. Time and time again, they're called out on it. And more as I've read young adult over the years, like way back in the day, young adult used to be like, oh, jealous boyfriend, oh, that's so hot. But then as the years have gone on, that it's sort of changed, and I'm seeing more and more authors writing female characters that think more for themselves and more aware of like toxic behavior in the love relationships or whatever. I always put air quotes around love, because like whenever I'm reading a young adult book now and our 16-year-old or 17-year-old protagonist is all like, oh, I'm like so in love, like they're like by everything, I'm like, sweetie, calm down. You're 17 years old. Like a year from now, 2 years from now, you're gonna look back on yourself and be all like, what was I smoking? But anyway, that's another talk for another day. But all in all, jealousy, possessiveness, we don't stand in this house. We don't stand that at all in this house. Like, point blank period, we don't stand. Anyway, that's really all I have to say on that subject. If you have any opinions on this particular trope, or any books that you remember reading that had this trope in there, feel free to leave them down below. I might look into them. But yeah, thank you all for watching this video. Thank you for being patient with me. My Twitter and my Instagram are down below as always. If you have not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I really don't know how many subscribers I have at this point. Like every time I log in, YouTube has changed the number, but however many of you that there are, thank you so much for being here, and be sure to ring the bell so that you know when next week's episode of Trope Talk is coming. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.